Caesar, you did a Mazza still, did a Mazza still, did a Mazza still, did a Mazza still.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to MazzaProductions and welcome to the 4th of 5 episodes of a mini-series we're calling Thursday Thoughts. In this series, we break down a few questions revolving around the sport of boxing, and as the title suggests, in this episode, we're analysing whether ex-heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder can revive his career. So just quickly before we get into the video, if you are new around here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Our end of month goal is 600 subscribers, so any support will be greatly appreciated. In most people's opinions, Deontay Wilder has probably the most brutal punch power we've ever seen in the sport of boxing, which is why it comes as a shock over the last 12 months. He's gone from being one of the most feared men on the planet to pretty much being nothing short of a laughingstock. I think more so for his actions outside the ring than inside. I mean, we all know he got taught a boxing lesson by Tyson Fury in the first fight and obviously got humiliatingly finished in the second, which it does remove some of the indestructible aura that was previously surrounding him. But the way he's acted since the famous rematch which took place in February last year is what's ruined his credibility. So far, Deontay Wilder has split from his long-term coach for throwing the towel against Fury. He has then made unprofessional comments about him over a couple of podcasts and also made countless excuses as to why Fury beat him. His ex-trainer even hit back on a podcast himself and revealed that Wilder doesn't even know how to jump rope, which is embarrassing for a fighter of his level, but it's somewhat impressive that he managed to reach elite level at all without being able to jump rope. Yeah, I don't know where I stand on that one. This is obviously where ego and accountability comes into it. Regardless of how embarrassing the defeat was, if Wilder had come out in a post-fight interview and just accepted defeat and admitted Fury was the better man on the night and maybe even asked to run it back for a rubber match, a huge trilogy fight, then you'd come across a lot better than what we witnessed, where I'm pretty certain he hasn't even given any credit to Fury. He's just blamed defeat on everything from a ring walk costume to Fury cheating with improper gloves. He's even claimed his own ex-trainer spiked him a muscle relaxant before the fight. It's ruining Wilder's credibility as an intimidating fighter. And if then we compare this to how UFC Middleweight champion Isreal Adesanya coped with his first MMA defeat a few weeks back, I mean, the contrast is amazing. Adesanya attended the post-fight press conference and just sat down and talked to the media, giving nothing but credit to his opponent, made no excuses, explained he'd not bitten off more than he could chew, but he'd taken a step to be great and just fallen short. And just said about how he can't wait to get back into training and fix minor details ready for his next fight. I mean, between the two fighters in Wilder and Adesanya, both were undefeated at the time. Both handled the defeat very differently. This is where great contrasts are on show between a man whose ego evidently clouds his vision and the other one being a level-headed fighter who's always looking to improve, a student of the game, as they say. And I believe the ego-driven mentality Wilder has had is probably beneficial when you're on form, but at this moment in time, it's clearly impacting him. It seems like he's unable to even comprehend or accept that it'd be possible for him to be beaten, which in history shows it's a mentality that doesn't bode well for fighters once they do finally get beaten. This leads us to a somewhat surprising answer to the original question. I do believe Wilder can make a comeback and revive his career as such, but I'm unsure whether it's possible for him to become a champion ever again. I mean, it's evident that time is quickly running out, with Fury and Joshua looking like they'll be tied up for at least a 2-fight deal, and Wilder being mid to late 30s now. He faces an uphill struggle. The one thing that will in some ways benefit Wilder is he was already heavily reliant on his power, and the power is obviously the last thing to go as you get older. It's the last physical attribute to fade, especially at heavyweight. You can go on longer because of that, and so because of that he will always pose a threat. But for him to revive the fearsome aura he once had and therefore revive his career, he's going to have to get a comeback fight arranged by summer, win that obviously in spectacular fashion, then claim a notable win against someone like Dillian Whyte or Andy Ruiz Jr. before even thinking of a title shot. And it always comes down to whether he can mentally recover and whether he can make the adjustments in his game in a race against the clock that currently he isn't winning by just sitting around making excuses. But yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video. As always, thank you for watching. Do you think Wilder can revive his career? Don't forget to let us know in the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. As I said earlier, If you are new around here, please don't forget to hit subscribe. And yeah, we're uploading daily for the last couple of weeks of March, so we hope to see you again. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Take care and peace.